Yeah.
All right, and we have one more first to 11. Type 1 in chat if you are excited for the final round of our Group B Swiss phase. And right now, a bit of spaghetti happening on COVE HOLDEN's board.
COVE HOLDEN kind of having a bad start here.
And honestly, I know COVE HOLDEN has been a really big, SDPC or stick spin user, but honestly, despite not having that opener to kick things off, is doing a really good job so far. The APM is a little bit low, but still keeping up with Mickey's pressure at the moment. Getting good use of the all spins, gets to the 4 back-to-back, so we know that that surge is going to come into effect. All right, and as things settle down a little bit, I think both Mickey and COVE HOLDEN trying to kind of get a little bit more of a footing into that mid-game phase. However, that is still 2 misdrops there for COVE HOLDEN, including the eyepiece. Not going to be conducive into anything substantial.
COVE HOLDEN has quite a bit there, but I mean, clean quad, able to just maintain a clean board overall. Mickey, a little bit of cheese, but this down stack's looking pretty promising.
Again, building up a large church has been pretty difficult for both of these two, but COVE HOLDEN finds an opportunity with small surge into the spike, causes a Z drop on Mickey's board as COVE HOLDEN takes first blood of this set. Game 1 to COVE HOLDEN.
Exciting stuff. Also, really scary stuff.
And there's the timing from them. That is, yep, 22 spike plus
use
surge.
Of the back-to-back surge. Very good use of that back-to-back surge.
And again, that is one of the biggest strengths of SDPC spin and stick spin as a whole. You get those 4 spins, and as long as there's some clean garbage to go underneath, you can get that +4 surge and get a lot more damage out of that opener very, very quickly. You can see as well, again, COVE HOLDEN got that surge to 4, immediately let it pop, realized that there was a little bit more in the stack that they were looking for. It's a very nice all-spin usage to build up that back-to-back. Has a really good opportunity to work over to the center well. Unfortunately, that surge is not going to be built up much more beyond that, as Mickey able to force the back-to-back surge pop, but does so in a way that forces that board to top out. And right now, COVE HOLDEN is 3-0 over Mickey, and is getting closer and closer to that final top 32 spot for the group.
COVE HOLDEN's
There's that back-to-back 3.
A strong lead right now. Has a pretty good back-to-back
multiplier
surge there. Good spike. Ooh,
and
Mickey with a counter.
COVE HOLDEN tries to counter the counter spike, but we see 2 misdrops over on that.
Ooh.
Able to dig down, but... Oh, and more sidewall garbage for COVE HOLDEN.
COVE HOLDEN's in a pretty good spot here. Bottom of the stack, everything's looking clean. Waiting for some incoming garbage. Capitalizing on it. Very good stuff.
I kind of like that decision as well. Like, just, again, not even worrying about trying to upstack, just utilizing the incoming garbage to its max efficiency, but right now that's too much for COVE HOLDEN to take. And unfortunately, trying to finish off the right side of that stack leaves the left side completely vulnerable to all of that garbage. And this time around, COVE HOLDEN going for PC over, building on top of the PCO opener. 24 spikes still going for broke, but Mickey has enough defense ready at a moment's notice. That's not going to be an early top out, going to be shifting into that mid-game environment. We do see the STSD there from COVE HOLDEN. Launches that small surge, but still not enough to force anything out of Mickey's board. COVE HOLDEN likely going to be needing a much stronger surge to force anything out of Mickey's board.
This speed from COVE HOLDEN is still fantastic. Like, still above 4 pieces per second this entire round. But, gets caught off guard by Mickey's attack. Yeah, gets caught off guard by Mickey's attack. 4 pieces per second, but were the placements the best?
All right, stick spin there. COVE HOLDEN trying to launch all of that in one fellow swoop. And the stick spin does its job in the opener, takes another round before Mickey can really get down to it. And again, I think I'm seeing as well from a couple of rounds that Mickey has played could be potentially susceptible. Like, if you're trying to be a little bit too careful on the timing, it may run into some issues if all of that damage comes in with the surge to cheese up the board when he's not ready for it. Right now, Mickey hoping to, again, beautiful C-spin setup, continuing this back-to-back surge.
Sending it over.
Unfortunately, has to...
Oof. COVE Holden trying to find that out. Lots of holes in the stack. It's going to be too much to handle. That eyepiece just did not come in time. Mickey's going to close this gap. Things are looking pretty even.
Yeah, had a little bit of the eyepiece paradox, unfortunately. Like, eyepieces came really early when it wasn't necessary, so it caused a bit of that jaggedness in the stack. And then once the eyepieces are needed, once again, they're just not showing up in queue at the necessary time. COVE Holden, after the PCO overstart, has a pretty strong advantage, but Mickey able to work with a lot of this incoming cheese really, really well, keeping the board low, making sure to be very cognizant of where that garbage is, and all the way back down to the clean part of the stack.
Impressive survival here from COVE Holden. Ooh, and Mickey also demonstrating some good survival.
Oof. Oh, I think little misdrop, but
well to the right.
Still a lot in the tank.
Just waiting for it.
And Mickey, in the meantime, trying to get some all spins, not send as much clean over to COVE Holden's board. But COVE Holden still keeping this back-to-back. C-spin.
Oh, good. That's good mid-game C-spin. There are a few interesting plays from COVE Holden there, not maintaining the back-to-back for longer. So it felt like there were other opportunities.
Oh, and it's really putting a dampen on what COVE Holden's able to do on the down stack. Is getting a little bit more efficient now, but... Oh, and Mickey's on the ropes!
Oh, that's gonna be enough!
And it literally came down to just... It was just one hesitation for Mickey, and COVE Holden has the speed necessary to capitalize on it.
You gotta think about your speed. If you think about your speed in a physical sense, like, if you kind of stop suddenly, it's gonna come back to bite you.
Oh, and DT mid-game there for COVE Holden, combining it with the surge spike, and that is 71 out of 59 pieces. So incredibly efficient. And now COVE Holden all of a sudden is up by 3 games. And after being nearly 1 game away from eliminated even before this round, is having a really strong showing.
All of these short rough eye. Ooh.
And again, just these really quick rounds from COVE Holden. Again, sometimes it can be a little bit risky how much you have to rely on these early round decisions. But if your opponent is not ready for all the damage to show up immediately as the round starts, those rounds can quickly go your favor extremely well. And as you can see as well from COVE Holden, a lot of these last couple rounds have been a matter of seconds.
Mickey doing a fantastic job of maintaining a clean stack right now. COVE Holden's about the same in terms of board height, but I mean, dealing with a lot of just with Mickey's attacks right now. Maintaining a pretty solid back-to-back surge. I mean, clean Quadwell here.
Launches another, like, smaller surge. I think is trying to get enough cheese onto Mickey's board with these smaller surges. You can see, again, takes the triple. Doesn't even worry about having that clean stack, but would rather ensure that there's cheese onto Mickey's board. Oh no, but it's okay, gonna have to dig a little bit, but COVE Holden able to get down to the necessary garbage well. And right now, Mickey has pretty substantial surge advantage at the time being. Looking to make it past 20. Gonna have to pop at 16, but it's a lot of garbage there to COVE Holden's board. Needs to find something, but gets the out, gets access to that garbage, and looks like going to be grabbing another win.
COVE Holden's running away with this lead right now. Things are looking Things are looking a little dire for Mickey, actually.
I would say very, very much so. This is, again, 11 games have happened, and COVE HOLDEN is up by quite a lot, continuing this back-to-back, and another misdrop. And unfortunately, as we can see in this round 5, half of our players have really succumbed to the fatigue of playing all evening. But for the select few that are able to clutch up and say, this is not going to be the end of my story, with players like COVE HOLDEN, this is now 2 games away from a top 32 spot.
I mean, yeah, the competition here is brutal. This endurance round right now, this whole bracket phase, this whole group phase is I've just
a little bit of hesitation.
It's the initial start of your endurance. If you can't make it through this, then geez, it's gonna be real rough trying to get into the later stages, because the later stages are going to be just as, if not more, brutal to deal with.
Oh, a little bit of misdrops there from COVE HOLDEN all of a sudden, and this could be an opening for Mickey if the timing is right, and it looks like it might be.
Real good opening.
Just building up that surge. Ooh, and launched a surge a little bit too soon, I think, on Mickey's end, but tried to follow it up. Still not going to be getting as much as he would have hoped. And COVE HOLDEN, they are, again, just all the way back down on the ground. Not very much to worry about. All right, it's... Oh, the OP finish up there from COVE HOLDEN. We're starting to see a little bit of inconsistency now from COVE HOLDEN.
Yeah, COVE HOLDEN slowing down a lot in comparison to those previous rounds. Things are looking a little scary.
Oh no, the nerves!
Yeah.
I think at this point, COVE HOLDEN realizes how close they are to a top 32 spot. And you can see trying to be a little bit more careful, but that aggressive play that we saw from earlier was catching Mickey off guard and might be what COVE HOLDEN needs to go back to. And we can see there's the 4 pieces per second burst from COVE HOLDEN. Gets the small surge into the follow-up. Not going to be enough to top out Mickey.
Oh, those holes in the stack. Those holes in the stack are going to be brutal. Doesn't have the pieces to keep going. Mickey's starting to make it back. Starting to run towards COVE HOLDEN here. It
was so close to a top out, but you can see as well, like, the fatigue is really getting to both Mickey and COVE HOLDEN. Whoever can hold on for just a little bit longer might be able to emerge victorious. 37 spike from Mickey!
Oh my
goodness! And continues to bring this set closer. Was at a 3-9 deficit, I believe. But this is all of a sudden a completely different set.
COVE HOLDEN is 2 points away from getting this. But, I mean, Mickey's starting to run back.
Has a good opening in the center well.
COVE HOLDEN needs to do something now in order to solidify the win and solidify the position later down in TWC 2025. Those misdrops certainly aren't helping.
Oh, it was trying for the T-spin triple tower. It's T-spin triple tower that could not be. I don't know. Again, COVE HOLDEN came back with 4 games straight in the last round. This is still not over, but things are getting really, really intense all of a sudden. This is a 1-point game in a first to 11. Oh, the multiplier is there for COVE HOLDEN. Goes for broke, gets that spike, but Mickey has what is necessary to keep themselves alive, and he is still alive and kicking.
COVE HOLDEN really put a lot into that spike. But it still pays off. COVE HOLDEN still able to take the win. This is match point. This is survival point. COVE HOLDEN just needs one more win. Cannot fumble, but then fumbles the Z in the openings.
And this, again, might be a little bit favored for Mickey to start things off.
Mickey's gonna try to take this inch, turn it into a mile, and get away. COVE HOLDEN's misdropping like crazy. Just misdrop after misdrop. It's looking like a mosaic over there. Mickey just needs one good attack to top out COVE HOLDEN here. But it looks like it's not happening. COVE HOLDEN starting to find their footing again. Starting to come back from this.
No, but we have some nice all spins from Mickey. Not sure if we're going to be seeing a shorter surge. There's the 13 spike, but COVE HOLDEN holds on to their own surge, sends the follow-up spike, and that's going to be enough to solidify.
Mickey's board. COVE HOLDEN, after a few hiccups in the middle there, manages to bring it back.
COVE HOLDEN behind on the damage, behind on the speed, but holds on and holds out for something greater and wins out with 11-8. That mid-game lead, again, nearly let it slip towards the end, but manages to hold on with everything on the line and secures the last spot of our